We are going to discuss how to do the finite element analysis of a truss using Lisa and open source software. First of all, we have to have in hand the coordinates of all the nodes which are required to draw this truss. The truss example we have taken here is that of a particular truss. Its name is stadium truss. We have assumed here that we already know the coordinates x and y of all the nodes we are interested in, and we can add all these 11 nodes one by one by adding the x and y coordinates of that node. Here they are shown by using red dots, and a particular node is shown here by a blue color, which indicates a particular node 11 having coordinates x and y as 4750 and y as 3000 millimeter. Once we have obtained all these nodes, we can join them together to make the truss element like this. That is, node 1 and 2 we join to get element number 1. In the same way, we get element number 2 by joining 2 and 3 nodes, and element number 3 by joining 3 and 4 and 4 and 5, then 5 and 6, and so forth. All these elements which are joined then are shown by green lines, and in total therefore we get 15 elements out of these 11 nodes. Once these nodes and elements are in hand and we have provided material properties also, then we can see what are the various nodes and elements coordinates in the form of list that can be seen. Like here we can see that the node and element list that can be displayed if we press a particular application here, that is the mesh application. If we see here on the top, that is mesh tools, we can see the node and element list, and it would look like this. And this list shows both the nodes as well as the elements like this. Here manually also, if you want to do some editing work, we can do that. Is, you can change the nodes which are connected together to form an element, and component wise you can add the materials also. Here we have taken two materials. They are named as material and material 2. Material is taken as aluminium, other is taken as material 2 is taken as steel, I think, and its value, that is value of Young's modulus E, and the value of Poisson's ratio it will demand, that can be supplied here. And here in element properties we can tick the truss also, because the element type we have to use for analysis purposes truss element. After supplying the material properties, values, nodes, elements, and selecting type of element as truss, now we can apply constraints. Here constraints you know the base of this truss has to be fixed. Their displacement in x and y direction has to be made 0. Therefore the node 1 and node 2 can be selected first, then we can select load and constraints as a new displacement, and these displacement values here, say x displacement, it can be made 0. We press OK. And similarly in y direction, therefore 1 and 2 nodes are here. We can see they have been fixed in both direction, that is x and y direction. And displacement, therefore it indicates that in x and y direction the displacement for node 1 and node 2 are 0. Next thing is to apply the external loads. Here we select first of all the nodes which are subjected to the external load. Say here node number 9 is being selected for a particular load in y direction in negative, as 4 kilonewton load is being taken here. And on node 11 a load has already been applied along x direction. Another load is being applied on node number 8, and load value is because inclined, having x component and y component of load shown here. Therefore these values when substitute here inserted, we press OK, we will see the corresponding arrow sign at node number 8 also, like this. Now after applying loads and applying the constraint, our problem get fully modeled and it is ready to be solved. Now to solve it, we have to use this sign here, equal to sign. It stands for a solver, and when we press it, it will solve it if it is okay. If there is some problem in discretization or applying boundary condition or inappropriate load are being applied, then the solver would be giving error. It would not solve, rather it would stop, and it will not be giving you the error, but it would not give you the solutions, that's all. Therefore because it is already checked by me and it would be okay, if we run it, you see it gets stopped in very few seconds and result can be displayed. Then all the results are displayed in this solution section. For the truss element, the important results are related with the displacement in x direction, y direction, tensile force in individual truss element, longitudinal stresses, etc. All these are shown here, and we can display by selecting it one by one, and they get displayed in the form of a dialog box. We can animate also, and to control all these things we have the button here. They can be used for controlling how your results get displayed. Like your tensile forces here are being shown by corresponding colors like red and green, and corresponding value of tensile force can be seen here. Displacement magnitude, it get displayed here. You see here the before displacement and after displacement, both the figures are shown here, and it is made possible only when you have selected this particular button here. And we can animate also by using this. Animation can also be shown here, and here an amplification factor can be selected of our own, and if we press the play button, your animation will be displayed and you can see the movement of individual truss elements because of the external force. You can do the tape measurement also here by using this tool. We call it the tape measure. You can measure the length of the individual truss element, that is length of the line between the nodes. On screen you can measure it. You have to do simply that you press this tape measure button, then using mouse press say node number 1, then drag your mouse towards say node number 5, and you will get your tape measure as a 3473.111. In this way you can see the actual dimension of all the elements. You can see all other results also in the same fashion through this table. If you press this table, all the results get displayed in the form of table also, because for actual analysis we need the numerical values also of all the results that has been computed by the solver. These results can be tabulated like this. Here the 11 node, their corresponding x and y coordinates, displacement in x and y direction, tensile force on individual node values, and longitudinal stress values are shown. I think it would be highly informative to you, and the same exercise you can do for another type of truss, that is Hove truss. You can make your own. Here dimensions you can choose appropriately. The best way is that you draw first this truss, the diagram of the truss on some graph paper, and by counting the square on the graph you can therefore have the coordinates of all the nodes that nodes you supply to the given problem in this software, and you will get these red dots, and joining them you can get your elements. Let's have a summary of all these points. After getting dots, you can have the list of the nodes and elements, materials, component type. You can decide here two number of components are there only. Then apply the constraints, that is displacement are made 0 at some fixed points. Then apply load. After applying joint loads you can solve it. Now your solver, if all the things are well modeled, then your model will be solved and results will be displayed.